How long is this bear market going to last? What caused it? And what you and I should be doing right now to prepare for the best buying opportunity of our lifetimes. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm going to journey to my next Bitcoin. I'm not your financial advisor, just a lizard-brain cowboy exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency with a whole bunch of other cowboys. If you like this kind of content, give me a like if you're feeling this video, or leave a comment down below on some of these deeper level thoughts on this video. Now, I'm going to bring on board Chamath Palihapitiya, and he has some real insight into how this market became what it is right now. Okay, he's going to start in 2007, 2008, and he's going to talk about kind of what we've been already talking about on this thing, but I think it's good to hear from a credible angel investor onto how the market became here, and it's primarily because of the Fed and just pumping money into the system. But we'll talk about how this relates to crypto and how you and I can better prepare for the best buying opportunity of our lifetimes. And so here we go.
The thing that you have to do before you talk about what is happening now, I think it's probably useful to go back, and you have to really start at the end of the great financial crisis. And the reason is there was a bunch of people coming out of the GFC who confused what the US government and some European governments were doing. At the time, there was the risk of a huge financial contagion. And so the US stepped in, and the Federal Reserve started to use their balance sheet to buy toxic assets, right? And the ECB did that, and I think Japan did that as well. Anyways, a bunch of banks did it. I mean, a bunch of governments did it. And then there was this body of pseudoscientific economists who coined this thing called modern monetary theory, which basically said, hey, you can keep printing money and introducing it into the economy to smooth things out and to actually drive long-term growth. And it turns out that a bunch of government officials fell for it.
Ridiculous.
And if you fast forward to 2022, so 14 years later, governments around the world had printed something to the tune of about 35 odd trillion dollars of money into the economy that should have never been there. So the thing to remember is we have not necessarily just been obfuscating true supply demand in the last 6 or 8 months when we've been talking about a recession or inflation. We've been actually doing it since 2008. It's just that it's been building up in the system. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we have to realize is that all of that money somehow needs to get destroyed in some way, shape, or form if the true economic equilibrium is meant to be found. What is true supply? What is true demand in the absence of government sloshing money around, trying to prop up things that should not be propped up, or buying votes, or all the grifts that these folks have engaged in the last decade and a half have to get undone. So that's the backdrop. So if you think about taking $30 trillion out of the global economy, you're talking about almost, I think it's 85 trillion is the world GDP. So it's almost half of an entire year's worth of global GDP.
Jeez.
It's going to take 3 years probably of the slow, meticulous, running off of money, not reintroducing new money. So it seems like we're at the beginning of something that's going to be long and drawn out. Now that's separate from whether we're in a recession or not. That's just the bear market that we're in, right? And so you have to look at asset prices today as a microcosm of a much larger trend that has to be about fake money pushing asset prices up, and now taking all that fake money out and finding out what the real price of something is. And I just don't think that takes 6 months. So for all the people that were, fingers crossed, hoping that this would be the end of it, Fed raises 75, we're done with this, they're going to raise 75 more. I just think that's not how it's probably going to be. It's going to take, 24, 36 months.
Yep.
That may mean the bottom doesn't happen for another 18 months. So I think we're in for a lot of choppy market action.
So we are in for a lot of choppy market action. He's saying here that basically for the last 14 years, since 08, okay, 15, 16, whatever years, that the market has been going on this just this massive incline, okay, because the Fed has been pumping just fake money, fiat money into the economy. It doesn't matter what you threw your money into. Okay, I tell this story a lot. I was 22 years old. I decided to buy a house at about '09 or something like that. Best decision of my life. Why am I some lizard brain genius? No, it's because I just wanted to buy a house. Like, right, it struck me at the right time and the right place. So I bought this house, and that price of that house went through the roof over the last 10 years. Okay. But it didn't matter. Like, no one's a genius. Everyone thinks they're a genius. Some investing guru, like on the mountain up high, like, or I know what to put my money in. Not true. Okay, it's just the Fed was pumping money into it, and that's the number one rule for investing. Don't fight the Fed. Just go along with the Fed. Fed's putting money into the economy. I'm gonna put money into the economy. Fed's taking money out of the economy, but gotta take some money out of the economy. Okay, if you remember, like in last year in 2021, when the Fed was really pumping money into the economy, what happened to the crypto market? I'll tell you what happened to the crypto market. Gala, okay, Gala right here, music there, boom, Gala did this, okay, brand new company, went from 0.001 to 71 cents. That's like a 40,000% increase, okay. Seek VR. I don't even know. I've never heard of this thing before, but this went from just a whole year based on not year to date, 1 year for all. Look at this. This is double O's 2, right? Double O's 5. To look at this, $1.14. If you had invested that, you're going crazy here. This is not real. That's a 25,000% increase. And then AnySwap went from 16 cents to like 23 cents. This is crazy. And then if you just take it all the way back to, this is this is absolutely crazy numbers. That's about a 16,000% increase. If I came to you and I said, hey, cowboy, listen to me. If you invest your money with me, I'm going to promise you a 40,000% return. Would you believe me, or would you think I'm a scammer? You'd think I'm a stupid scammer. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, is that it didn't matter where you threw your money into the markets in the last 10 years. A monkey could have thrown their money anywhere and they'd make money. Why? Because the Fed was pumping in this fake money. Now, Chamath Palihapitiya is saying that they're going to start to withdraw about 30 trillion of that. It could be 20 trillion, could be 40 trillion, whatever. Okay, they're going to start withdrawing and burning a lot of that money, meaning the prices of these assets, these commodities, doesn't matter if you're in real estate, stock, gold, whatever, it's all coming down, all of it. Okay, all of it. So what does that mean for you and me? And he gives about a 3-year timeline. I've been saying about 2 years. I've been saying, look, there are certain markers that I'm looking for. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be a marker right around midterms, but maybe not. Okay, if the Fed is like a political tool, we're going to look at midterm elections in probably November as maybe some kind of way to reverse course here. Or we look at the next election, which is 2 years from now. Okay, Chamath is saying 3 years from now, no problem. The next president that comes in is going to start reversing everything. Okay, so what should you and I do right now? Well, it seems to me that we should bide our time. Don't be investing in these projects just random projects that you don't know about, that we don't know it's going to last 4 years. To me, I'm trying to invest in smaller projects that last 4 years, but not a lot, because I don't know. I'm trying to prepare myself. Okay, I'm thinking on a 2-year time frame. This is what I'm going to invest in. And the thing is, when we're investing right now, if you're making money, like in a recession, you're trying to make yourself, valuable to your company. You're going to try to make more money. To me, it seems that getting by from paycheck to paycheck, like a lot of us do, okay, there's not a lot of savings. That is not the solution here. The solution is to make more money than you spend so that you could take that money and invest it right now, because this is the greatest buying opportunity of a lifetime. We can't let this opportunity pass us by. Of course, I'm not your financial advisor. How would I know what kind of opportunity this is? But this is how I see it, okay? This is how I'm taking it in my lizard brain, that this is the greatest buying opportunity of my lifetime. And for me to work paycheck to paycheck does not cut it. So what does that mean? That means stop that vacation. That means if you go on a vacation, it's already packed, cook at your Airbnb, okay? That means not doing all the frivolous, fancy stuff. You could cut back and you could save. If you could wait 2 years to buy that new grill, wait 2 years. If you could wait to hold off on that buying a new car or whatever it is, just wait, because The time to make more money and invest is now. So we have to not just make paycheck to like barely making ends meet. And I know some cowboys in the group right now, in the saloon and the HRC, are working 16-hour days. We just need a little more, because it's only a matter of time before this market starts to reverse, before the Fed starts putting money back in, before all this tightening is done and we start seeing a bull market again. We want to be prepared for that. This is not the time to like just barely scrape by and make it by. This is the time to buckle down and to work and to make yourself invaluable to your company, to the people around you. Start making more money. Start getting skills, acquiring new skills. Start being, this is it, because the other outside pressures are forcing us down. So we need to rise above, cowboys. Anyway, thanks for listening, and let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.